Hello everyone. In previous lessons you learned about factors that make our weather such as temperature, wind, air pressure, humidity and precipitation. You also learned how meteorologists use weather instruments to collect data that helps them to predict the type of weather we get. This week we focus on learning how to read and analyze weather forecasting data and how to benefit from it. Let's go over the slides and a few examples. Weather is not 100% predictable, but we can use the weather forecasting data to know what type of weather we may get. This is important for us to remember. Even though we use our data to predict the weather, it's not 100% predictable. So we may hear in the forecasting that tomorrow is going to be sunny, but when you wake up, it may be raining. This is a website, ksl.com weather forecasting, that you had in previous lessons, so hopefully you went over them. Let's click on it and work together. When you click on it, the weather forecasting for the entire week comes up. You have 7-day forecasting, you have hourly for the day you're at, and you have the details for that day. You should be familiar with all of these, especially the details for that day. So today in Salt Lake City, the temperature was 61 degrees Fahrenheit. It feels 61 degrees Fahrenheit, so it didn't feel cooler or warmer. The wind comes from southeast, and the speed was 9 miles per hour. I noticed that some of you think wind goes to, no, wind comes from, so it's as if there is a fan blowing at you from this direction. 24 hours lowest and highest, so 65 was the highest that got this day got, and 41 is going to be the coolest it may get at late night probably. We didn't have any precipitation during the past 24 hours. We don't care about this data. It's mostly clear, so this is a cloud cover. The time that I'm recording this for you is night time. That's why you see the moon here and the cloud. But today was mostly clear. When you see a scattered cloud, it's clouds. It's not just covered with cloud. You see clouds in different places of the sky, but not all together. Air pressure, which we said is the most reliable factor on telling us what type of weather we get, is 30 and 700 inches. It is a pretty good air pressure. It's not low. It's pretty high. That's why we had a fair weather today. Humidity is 35%. It means out of 100 molecules of air, 35 of them are water vapors. We don't care about the rest of them in our class in 4th grade. You can go over them if you want to. I'm going to go back to the slide. So the information, I just copy pasted some. This is from a different day that we have it here. Temperature was cooler, as you see. Here the wind was coming from, not going to, southwest, and it was 10 miles per hour. It was raining, and if you notice, this is on hourly schedule. Let's look at the other example of weather forecasting data. This is 7-day forecast again. You see days of the week up here. You see what type of temperature, what type of weather you get. Cloud cover, actually. This is going to be the rainy day. Wind comes from northwest, 10 miles per hour. 40% chance of rain here. These are the temperature you see. It started at 53, went down the next day, started going up all the way, and just a few degrees down here. These are the nighttime temperature. That's why it's much cooler than the daytime. This is for another day again. You can just go over it. It's the details for the day. Broken clouds, 47 degrees. It feels like 45 degrees. Sometimes when we have a strong wind, this is not, 5 miles per hour is not that strong, but often when you have a feeling that is cooler than the real temperature, is because we had strong wind. Excuse me. Again, no amount of precipitation for the past 24 hours. Air pressure is 30 inches, which is a high pressure air pressure, so we expect fair weather. Humidity is much higher than the one that we observed at the beginning of the lesson. It was 35%, I believe. This humidity is above half or 50%. Let's go back to the rest of the slide. So these two were 7-day forecasting and hourly. This one is the detail of 1 day. Whenever you click on these, and mainly when you work with this website, I want you to look for temperature, wind speed and direction, precipitation, air pressure, humidity. If you check the website daily, if you remember, we used to record the data when we were at school, but you can do the same thing at home. If you record the data every day, you can just compare to see if the temperature going up or down, is the air pressure changing, and when the air pressure gets to 29, you can expect a stormy day. Make sure you reach out to us if you have any question. Have a wonderful day and happy learning.